Good morning, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be filming a full day of eating for you. Just gotten up and I'm about to make a coffee. Kettle has just boiled. I do usually have protein porridge for breakfast every day, quite religiously, but we're out of protein, so I think I'm going to have a bagel instead, maybe 2 bagels. I kind of need to have a little look and plan out my day. So that is what I tend to do. I tend to plan all of my meals out onto MyFitnessPal at the beginning of the day. So I am in a gaining phase at the moment, currently eating 2,700 calories, 145 grams of protein is my goal. So I need to sort of plan out my food a little bit. I am not a meal prepper. I do not make all my food in bulk. I just hate cooking, so that is not for me. But planning in some way helps so much. So I plan into MyFitnessPal at the beginning of the day my foods, mainly so that I can make sure that I am getting enough protein within my calories throughout the day, and then I see what I have left for everything else that I need. So I put my protein sources in first into my breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then see how many calories I have left to play with, and then I am good to go. And obviously some days I will change things up a little bit as the day goes on. It's good to have that sort of flexibility, but at least you start with a plan. You kind of know that, okay, if I do eat that, then I'm ticking off those goals nice and easily. I make sure to plan some sweet treats and things in there as well. Just wanted to do an obvious sort of disclaimer at the beginning of this video. Firstly, it is not absolutely necessary to track to reach a fitness goal, and it's actually healthy to have time away from that and to know that you can actually eat intuitively and eat without tracking. However, if you're working towards, so for example for me right now, a specific muscle growth goal, so I'm in a gaining phase, I need to know that I am eating enough to be able to grow muscle. So tracking is super helpful. It kind of takes away that guessing work and makes it completely accurate. I can go to bed every day knowing that I have eaten enough for me to be able to grow. And similarly, if you're in a fat loss phase, it just gives you that level of accuracy, so you know that you're doing what you need to assist your fat loss goals. You don't have to worry about it, and you also don't have to restrict yourself even more than necessary. I think that's something that a lot of people do when they have a fat loss goal, is they will eat a lot less than they actually need to eat, and so it becomes unsustainable and they can't keep up with it. Whereas if you're tracking, you can just put yourself into a very slight deficit, keep that up, maintain it, and you will see your weight going down. And then if you need to adjust it a little bit, you can do. So it's just a scientific way of doing it. But I do want to note that I have a really healthy relationship with food, so it doesn't affect me in any way. I do have 1 or 2 clients who don't track, who have had issues with tracking and relationships with food in the past, so it is possible to do it without. It's just a little bit more trial and error, and it can take a little bit longer. So just wanted to say that at the beginning. And what I eat every day does change a little bit. This is not a what I eat in a day so much as just 1 full day of eating. However, if you've seen any of my posts on Instagram about my food, I hate cooking, and when I find something that works for me, I will make it over and over again. So although it's not exactly the same, usually the snacks and things will differ. The main components of my meals I do just rinse and repeat because I know that they work for me. So that is something that I do recommend doing. Anyway, so I am going to make my breakfast. So I got defeated by the end of my bagel, but I have tracked it, so I'm going to have to eat it at some point. But feeling a bit sick, which sometimes eggs can do to me, annoyingly. They were the form of protein that I actually found for that meal since we were out of protein powder. It is not a good replacement for protein oats, I much prefer the oats. But we're going to go on a little walk. Horses. We live pretty much next to a farm. Ben is pretty much an animal whisperer to all sorts. Hi. Bye bye. Back from our walk, and I have gotten dressed. I would show you my gym fit for today. So I have got the minimal sports bra from Gymshark. Literally have this in about 6 colours. When I find something that I like, I will just wear it to death. Then I have got the Effortless collection leggings from Honor Active. Again, I have these in about 6 colours. So you'll pretty much see me wearing this combo, just different colour varieties. Constantly. I have a couple of different sports bras that I like, but these are pretty much the only leggings that I wear, and I have the shorts versions as well. The back to the sports bra is very cute as well, and these are just so flattering, and they actually stay up as well. Like, I find a lot of other leggings I'm constantly having to fiddle with them, I'm constantly having to pull them up. These, no matter what I'm doing when I'm training in the gym, they just stay. I've got myself another coffee. This is my current makeup setup situation. It is not good. My makeup is completely disorganized. I am not good with makeup. When I find something that I like, and my friend Naomi basically bought my whole set of makeup for me, or told me exactly what to buy, because I am completely useless. But my mirror as well, like the makeup mirror with the light on them, you know the one, it broke. I had 2, they both broke, and I haven't replaced them. So I currently do my makeup here. I've got a window there, so you know the light for me is alright. It's not ideal, so might have to just invest into one of the new makeup mirrors. I thought I'd chat to you a little bit whilst I did my makeup actually. Hopefully the setup is going to be okay. The whole body is aching. So basically I've signed up to this aerial hoops class, where you kind of like hang from a hoop and do different like poses and sequences and things. I'll insert a little picture from my very first class yesterday. Obviously got a lot to learn, but it was super fun. I decided I don't really know anyone where I'm living at the moment, and I obviously work from home, so I don't like socialise on a day-to-day basis, and I just thought I should sign up to something, go along to something where I'm, you know, gonna meet people, and also just to have a hobby. Gym has been my hobby for the past like 5 years, but now that it is also my work, I thought it would be quite nice to do something where there's just absolutely no pressure, where I could go and also be a beginner as well. Like, it's nice to be a beginner at something and to sort of start that learning process. I have always loved learning. I know that sounds really strange, but I like the process of learning. I like the process of improving and getting better at something, and being like, it's okay to fail as well. And I feel like with my job, obviously there's a slightly more pressure around it, and even though I absolutely love training, and I love it now more than ever, especially like since becoming a coach and since finishing uni back in May as well, and I can dedicate more time to it, but at the end of the day it is my job. So I thought it'd be nice to do something that is just completely, for me, just completely fun, no like pressure whatsoever. So yeah, I went to my very first class yesterday. I was really nervous before. I don't know if anyone else struggles with anxiety, and particularly around going to new. I think that foundation is in now. By the way, I don't really like this foundation. It is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Performance Wear. This one, but it's not the right colour for me, to be honest, this one, and it's also quite thick, but I've run out of the one which I normally use, which I love. I think I still have the bottle somewhere. Do I? See, this is chaos. I can't see anything, but I'm pretty sure I didn't throw it away. Where did it go? Oh, it was hiding behind the mirror. This one. Get to focus. Oh, there we go. I think you can see that. It's the Light Wonder, Charlotte Tilbury. Again, my friend Naomi bought this for me for my birthday like a year and a half ago. So I ran out of that a few months ago, but I need to get it again. They're just out of stock of it absolutely everywhere, so I'm having to make do. What was I saying? Yes, if anyone else struggles with anxiety about like going to new places, meeting new people, doing new things, I think for me that anxiety comes from just not knowing how it works. So like if I'm going somewhere new, not knowing how to get there, I always will go, like I got there 40 minutes early yesterday, not knowing how to get in, what the process is, like when you walk in, where you're supposed to go, who you talk to, all that kind of stuff. Just like not having a rundown of everything. And once I've done something once, I'm absolutely fine. But it's just that very first time always makes me really nervous. And then also just in terms of like meeting people as well, I don't know what it is. I just struggle with like overthinking everything, basically overthinking how I will come across in a first impression. But it is something I'm working on and something I've definitely gotten better at. But yeah, so I was quite nervous, but I told myself I was going to do it. I booked it, paid for it so I couldn't turn back, and then went along, and it was so lovely. Like the whole environment was so nice. The people were really friendly and warm and welcoming, and like I didn't feel anxious whatsoever once I arrived. Yeah, I love that. I do love interaction and being around people. Like I am a people person. Like I love chatting. I love like connecting with people and communicating. If you do struggle with doing that type of thing, with taking a step out of your comfort zone, trying new things, I like can't encourage you enough to aim to do at least one thing like that a month, because the more you do it, and it doesn't have to be as big as going to a whole class, but like even going and ordering a different coffee to your normal order, like if that's something that you struggle with. Again, I know for anyone who doesn't deal with anxiety, that sounds like the most stupid thing in the whole world, but that is something that I've dealt with before. But just one little thing and you will feel so much more confident than trying new things and doing new things every time after, because you'll be building yourself new evidence that you are capable of doing those things and that you are able to get through those types of situations and that you come out absolutely fine, and if anything, feeling better. Like I felt so good after that class yesterday. I feel proud of myself. I know it sounds so silly. But yeah, it's just a little reminder to yourself what you are capable of. So if you do, start small, take a small little step, but make sure that you are doing those types of things. The longer that you go without doing anything, and I noticed this from being in an environment where I don't have to push myself out of my comfort zone very much, as I said, like living at home, working at home, everything like that, like compared to, for example, when I was at uni and kind of had to a bit more, although my anxiety there was 10 million times worse because I was constantly putting myself in those situations. It is also good practice to do it every now and again, but it is kind of finding a balance. Also knowing when it's okay to like say no and take that time for yourself, but also knowing when you do need to say yes to things a little bit more. So makeup is done. I do tend to like doing my makeup whilst I'm at home, and my hair sometimes, depending on what day of the week it is and how close to a hair wash I am. Closer to the hair wash it gets, it just goes straight back. I do like to sort of do something with it even whilst I'm just working at home and going to the gym, because I obviously am not going into an office or anything, so clothes wise I live in gym outfits and then trackies. That is it. So it's quite nice to like at least get from here upwards somewhat looking presentable. Just makes me feel more alert and ready for the day. So my hair is straight at the moment, but I think I'm actually gonna curl it. I just can't vibe with it straight and fully down. If I have it straight, I tend to do it half up, but I feel like I'm gonna curl it. I'm gonna pop a bit of this in, the Olaplex No. 7 bonding oil. I am a huge fan of the Olaplex range. I have my hair highlighted, so obviously that means bleached. So I've been doing that since I was 14, so good 9 years. So I do need to like take a little bit of extra care, and I've tried quite a few different brands, and Olaplex just seems to work best with me. So I'm gonna pop a bit of this in. I'm pretty sure it has a bit of heat protectant, but it's more just for the smoothing and general health of my hair. Anyway, I've had this for 6 months and I use it all the time, and that's how much I've used, just like a couple of drops. It's been a couple of hours, I have done some work, so now I am just making lunch. Let me show you what we got cooking. Got some broccoli going on in there, and then I think I'm going to have some rice. I'm super lazy, so I do just use pre-cooked rice. And piece of fish. And voila, there we have it, easy peasy. Decided to chuck some red pepper on the top as well, purely because I felt like it needed an extra colour. And I know that sounds really strange, but it's actually quite a good way to see whether you do have enough variety within your food. Often a pop of green is good. Green veggies are fab. So I was just thinking that actually I think I need some sort of sauce with it, and we have run out of ketchup. But I have this garlic aioli. Aioli? No, hold on, it's only got one L in, it must be aioli. From Leon, which is very nice, so I thought I would add a little bit of that. Now, just a tip for anyone who is tracking, obviously not relevant to everyone, but if you are, then what I would always recommend doing is, if you're adding like spreads or anything like that, actually putting them onto the scales, zeroing it, and then weighing it as you take it out. For example, like this, I'm gonna have about 10 grams. So you see that's 9. Yeah, so, I mean, that's perfect, that's absolutely fine. So I had put into my Fitness Pal that I was gonna have 10, as you can see here. So I'll just change that to 9. Fabulous. Just because if you put it in and sort of weigh it, say I had the bowl on the scales instead of the other way around, once you put it in, I mean, not in all cases, you obviously could just take it back out again, but you're kind of screwed. You don't see how much it is until it's actually in your food. It's a bit more difficult to control, whereas if I had taken out a spoonful and it was 15 grams, I could have actually just put it back in before even putting it onto my plate in with my food. So just a little tip. Just gonna sit and eat this now. I am actually pretty hungry. Luckily I was so stuffed after my breakfast, so I was thinking today was going to be a struggle in terms of calories, but I am feeling hungry again, which is good. So I'm just gonna sit and eat this, and I don't know if you're like me, but I always have to watch something whilst I'm eating. Ben thinks that's really weird, but I will like always put something on whilst I eat. And today I am watching Diary of a CEO with Zara Larsson. So I am gonna sit and eat this now. That is done. That was super yum. And one thing I haven't mentioned yet is water. Sounds so simple. It can be genuinely game-changing. I definitely didn't used to drink enough water. It's something that Ben has ingrained in me over the past few years, and particularly if your goal is muscle growth. 76% of your muscles approximately are water, so you can see how important it is. Don't know if you've ever noticed, like after a night out, feeling really achy, and that is purely dehydration. Alcohol dehydrates you. Because you're dehydrated, your muscles are dehydrated, they become more sore, struggle to recover. So water, super important. I aim for 3 litres of water a day. If you don't already have a big water bottle, it helps so much just making sure that you are on track rather than kind of leaving it to chance. So as you can see, I am now sat at my desk. I am just going to get on with some work, and I have got myself some snacks to do whilst I'm getting on with some work. So Pepsi Max and a nubbly bubbly. These are the absolute best. Hello again. So it is now several hours later. It is 4:30. I have been filming and editing a different video which is going to go up onto my channel. I'm not sure which one I'm posting first, so if that one's already up I will link the video in the description. It is my fitness journey, so talking through everything from when I very first started the gym 4.5 years ago to now, so if you're interested definitely go and check that out. So I realised that I have been doing it for hours, so I just grabbed myself some chocolate Weetabix and I'm gonna eat those whilst finishing editing the video. Hello, so it is much later now. It is literally 9:05. I have been editing since I last spoke to you, which was like 4 o'clock, 4:30, so a good 5 hours. And I have forgotten to eat. I'm so bad at this because I've got quite like an addictive personality, and when I get on a roll with something, especially in like a workflow where I'm really enjoying it, I just don't stop. So I know I need to eat, and I'm not gonna lie, if I wasn't filming my full day of eating today, I would probably just get something super easy. But I was like, no, okay, I've been planning to have tuna pasta. However, I've just come into the kitchen and haven't seen my parents this evening because they got home from work probably at like 6, and I honestly didn't even realise the time, so I have been in my room the whole time and now they've gone up to bed because they wake up early. But I just came into the kitchen And there's some food left out for me. Well, I'm hoping it's for me. If it's not for me, I'm going to eat it. Either way. So this looks like salmon pasta. And there might actually be tuna in there as well, because my mum does like to make that. And some garlic bread. Oh, I do have more calories left than this. Good thing about a gaining phase and good thing about having tracked for years is that I do have quite a good estimation of calories, and particularly in a gaining phase it doesn't matter quite so much. I'm not trying to restrict myself or anything, so definitely have enough for this and then see how I feel. But yeah, oh my gosh, honestly I am so happy about this because I am starving, but I'm so lazy. I really hate cooking, particularly at 9 p.m. and I haven't even finished with the editing, so fingers crossed that all works out for me, because otherwise there's 5 hours of work down the drain. Really hoping that it loads properly. But yeah, I'm gonna eat this because starving, tummy is rumbling. So the pasta was amazing, just what I needed, especially because it was like a gift sent from the heavens, that food being there when I walked into the kitchen. I managed to find a little bit of protein just to finish off my day, protein wise, but I do have a couple hundred calories left, so I'm gonna have a little look in the snack cupboard. Ooh, it's a beautiful place to be. What do I fancy? Some digestives, some mini rolls. Okay, people think I'm weird, but I love having mini rolls of custard. I don't quite have enough calories for that, but might have a little mini roll. Yes, please get in my tummy. So I think I am gonna finish off this video here. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please don't forget to give me a like and subscribe for the next video, and if this is something that you would like to see again, leave me a comment as well and I can get more to you. See you in the next video.